Good day, class. I hope everything is going good for you. The purpose of this video is to go over how to use the check exercise tool that can be found in REVEL. And so our assignment this week is programming example 15.3. So the way you do this is you over here where you've been doing your assignments and all, I've added the exercise from the book for chapter 15. I have not been doing this in previous lessons, but I'm adding it in now because I'm probably looking at doing the final for this class in this method where you will actually work the check exercise tool to get your final done. So because of that, what I'm really focusing on this week is not really the C++ code as much as I am that you learn how to use the check exercise tool. So in fact, if you watch this video all the way through to completion, you'll be given the code you need to turn in this week. And the good thing is you can put it in this little check exercise tool here, and you can know that your code is right before you even submit it to Moodle, or Canvas, as this class is probably moving to Canvas next semester. So at any rate, we want to learn how to use this tool correctly. And so in your reading, I most likely have to have assigned it or you couldn't see it, but I have assigned this one so I can see it over here. So what you do is you come over here, and our assignment again for this week is programming exercise 15.3, and you can see this is actually set by default to exercise 15.1. So I'm going to switch this over to be checking exercise 15.3. Now exercise 15.3 is changing a two-dimensional system into a three-dimensional system, and you can read the exercise on down below here and see. So I made the switch, and we're going to scroll on down here, and we're going to see the 15.3 exercise, and it's going to go over adding a data field named Z, a no argument constructor, and so on. You can read all this. We're not going to draw the UML diagram for this. So this is your objective here if you read all this, and so you're going to get to see all the code for this. So as you read this, I want you to learn how to pay attention in here. For example, this particular author gives you all the code you need right here except for a few lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to hit open in a new tab, and this will bring up the author's almost answer to this. So I'm going to grab all that code that he gave me, and I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to come back up here to my test, and of course this is not the entire correct answer, but I'm going to check just to be sure. So I'm doing 15.3, and I'm going to get rid of the code that's there, and I'm going to paste that code from the clipboard in there, and I'm going to hit automatic check, and it shouldn't run because I haven't written any of those things that I showed you in the bullets down below. So what's missing in this code that he gave us is, and it says output, the correct output, shows you what the correct output was nothing because we don't have a main. Well, there's a main, but we have to write this code right there, and some other places we have to write some code, and so that's all we have to do for this. And I'm actually going to give you that code today because I'm interested, not necessarily, I care about the C++, but I'm really interested right now in the class understanding how to use the check exercise tool. Okay, so I can see that that's not all I need right there. I'm going to have to figure out how to add a data field, no argument constructor, and so on. So I've got to write a little bit of code. It's not too bad, but a little bit of code. All right, so now I will give you, so if you watch this video to the end, I will give you the code that you need to put in here. And the good thing about this week is that you can put it in here and see if it's right. And it cuts down on the emails to me, and that's good. I don't mind you emailing me, but it cuts down a little bit, students saying, hey, is this right, is this right? That way they can paste their code in here, and this should be this way on the final project too. You'll be able to paste your code in and see if your code's right before you submit it. And so that's the really nice thing about this way. So what I've I'm going to go grab the correct code, and I will let you see it in great detail in a minute, but I'm just going to grab it real quickly out of here. And I'm going to put it over here into this window and show you what happens when you put the right code in there. So I'm going to put the correct code in there, and I hit automatic check, and it takes it a minute to figure out. And it says your program is correct. Fantastic. And now I'm actually going to compile and run it, and I'm going to hit that. And it takes a while for it to figure that one out too. And it ran, and it says compiled successfully, and the distance is 40.6233. Fantastic. That is the correct answer. So now I've got this correct. So I know that this code up here would be correct to send to Moodle. And again, I'm only asking for one C++ file. So this would be the correct code here to send to Moodle. Again, I'm going to give you a chance to see it real good in a minute. Now, what I want to do next, I want to show you how to reset this in case this thing gets messed up or whatever. You just hit back right there, and then you click on again. You click on that, and then you switch it over 15, and you can do other chapters here too, but 15.3 right there. And now that you're correcting, checking the right thing, 15.3 is what we're checking. Then you can put your code in there again if it got messed up and you couldn't find some character or something got embedded in there, whatever. But that's how you reset it. Okay, so I'm going to take that same code, I'm going to paste it over here in Visual Studio, which I've already done. This is the correct code for the answer today. And I'm going to build the solution, and we'll come down here and see that the build has started. And I'm not sure what's going on there, so I'll just do a rebuild in this case. I'm not sure what the heck happened on that. All right, so we can see that I built an executable. You should know about this from our previous lessons. Now this is an executable, and it's been built along this path on my computer right here. And the rebuild was successful, and we're good there. And so now we're ready to actually run this. Because I know this code's good, I'm going to run this without debugging. And you can go to the debug menu, and you can hit, we're used to hit start debugging, but we're going to start without debugging this time. So that's what this button is. I've modified my toolbar a little bit. So this is start without debugging. And there you go. You can see that when it runs, it's pretty daggum quick. And we got 40.6233. So that's the same answer we got over there. So this indeed is the correct code to submit to Moodle, the C++ file. I'm going to show you now. This is the link. I think I'm going to paste this in Moodle. This is the link that you need. I'm going to copy it over here, and I'm going to throw this into a browser. And here it is. So this is the link up here, and what it has here on the left is what you were given. Okay, you can zoom in and out on it. I don't show you the first 24 lines of code because it was given to you. And this is the correct answer over here. It says correctly completed over here. And you can see they're identical. First 24 lines of code are identical, and you see lines 25, 20, these are identical. And then the changes you need to make are given here, starting with line 39. So we need to get a semicolon there instead of a colon there instead of a semicolon I think they had over here. And then you need to define the 3D point here, and some other basic things here. It's setting up those bulleted items that were given over in problem. A no argument constructor, a constructor that constructs a point with 3 specified coordinates, and so on. All of it. And then you got to write the and this is the big thing. You got to write the cout statement that you need in main right there. And so you get this typed in correctly, and then put it in that check program inside REVEL. And this check exercise tool for 15.3, and that would be that would be, it should run fine for you, and that would be what you need to turn in the C++. But again, what I'm focusing on this week is making sure that everybody in the class has had at least one chance to work with this tool before we assign it for the final project or something like that. So that's what this is all about. I hope that answers any and all questions concerning Project 6, which is due in early April, and gets you ready for the final project, which is not very far off now. And if you have any questions about this or anything in the class, please send me an email. And I hope you're enjoying the class, and good luck to you, and have a great day.